how about objections to the demo? Okay, objections to the test drive. There should not be many because, one, we never ask for a demo, right? If you do your walk-around presentation properly and end up with the passenger, or the customer in the passenger seat and you're in the driver's seat, it should never be a question, okay, well, we want to take it first then? No. You're in the driver's seat, figuratively and literally, and they're in the passenger seat. Put the car in gear, say, hey, buckle up, and go. Don't ask. When you finish your presentation, they're in the passenger seat, you're in the driver's seat. Okay, if there's more than one, somebody's in the back seat. Take off and go. We should assume, if we're assuming they're here to buy a car, we got to assume they're here to drive it because nobody buys a car without driving it first. Okay? So, I know that's a generality. I know you want to bring up the a couple exceptions to the rule. Stop. Okay? We're talking about the rule, not the exceptions. People drive cars before they buy them. So, the two main objections you're going to get to it. One is, I've already driven one, I rented one, or my neighbor has one, and I've driven it. Okay, I've driven one of these before. Folks, please don't make a $25,000 decision based on how a rental car drove. Right? That makes sense, doesn't it? That makes perfect sense. Please don't make a $25,000 decision based on how your neighbor's car drove. You don't know how what they did or didn't do to it. Okay, a lot of people will use the old shoe close, which is I'm sure the shoes that you're wearing, you probably tried those on before you bought them, didn't you? Yeah, that's a nice pair of shoes, probably $100 to $200 pair of shoes, and you tried them on before you bought them. Certainly, making this kind of a decision, this is significantly more. You're going to want to try it on before you buy it. Okay, and that's a fair one. And the other objection a customer may have to the demo is time. And time. I don't have time to drive right now. Do you have 5 minutes? Yeah, I got 5 minutes. Yep. Virtually everyone's got 5 minutes. Good. Let's go. And then you take off and drive. Now, in most cases, you're going to see that 5 minutes turn into 10, 15, 20, 45, an hour and a half later, they're driving off the lot in their new car. That's okay. That's what you're hoping for. What I don't want you to do is, they tell you they got 5 minutes, so you drive 10 minutes away from the dealership. Don't do that, because if that time objection is real, if it's there, now you're putting them in a bad spot, and you're going to frustrate and anger them. Go to your normal change point, where you exchange and they get into the driver's seat and you get in the passenger seat. However, hopefully that's relatively close to your dealership. You do that and then take off. Give them some simple directions, and if they're saying, I really got to go, okay, and let them drive it and get back to the dealership, okay? Contract for time, 5 minutes at a time. You got 5 minutes? Great, let's go. That's plenty of time. Let's go. And you drive them. And you will see, in most cases, people's schedules expand and change for you. So that's demo. Objections to the demo. Customer says they're waiting on their down payment. No, I can't do anything right now. I'm waiting on my down payment, whether it's taxes, a bonus from work, on and on. I can't do it right now. I'm waiting on my down payment, or I'm saving my down payment. Well, suppose I could show you how to buy the vehicle without that down payment. What if I could make the vehicle affordable without it? Come on inside. Let's take a look. I didn't guarantee them they could do, it would work out perfectly, but what if we could? What if I could do it? What if I could show you how to buy this vehicle with zero down, and then when your taxes or bonus get in, you got that money, you can go on a vacation, get your new car, have your cake and eat it too, get your new car and take the family on a vacation, or get that new big screen TV or whatever else you want to use the money for. Offer them alternatives, options. Come on, let's take a look. There's no harm in looking, right? Let's go. So that's waiting on down payment. Show them how to do it without it, and if not, if they're still insistent, well, no, I really know I want to put the money down. Okay, well, come on inside. Why don't we take a look at how it will look with your down payment? This way, you'll have a real good idea when the time comes of exactly what it'll take to own this vehicle. Okay, it puts off the decision for them a little farther down the road. It puts the decision back, and But it allows you to sit down and write them up. You need to let your managers know, of course, hey, I don't exactly have a commitment here, but I think we may be able to back into a car deal. Okay? You may still be able to back into a car deal with it, and whether maybe your dealership takes promissory notes or whatever, or show them how to do it with less money down, or not obligating them to use their bonus or their taxes coming up. So there's your down payment. How about payment too high? That's an objection we hear almost, well, no, not almost, every day, right? 75% of our buyers are payment buyers. They finance, so they're payment-minded customers. So, payment's too high. You can do two quick ways to get over it. Obviously, the first one, down payment, right? We're $100 away on payment. Now, you know what? The nice thing is, for every $1,000 you finance, it's roughly $20 a month. So, $5,000 down, get your payment right where you want it to be, give me a quick okay, and I'll go get your new vehicle detailed for you. And just sit and wait and shut up and let them bring up the next objection if there is one. They may just say, oh, okay, well, I guess that does it. Sign and go. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Give them the opportunity to do it, okay? Give them the opportunity to say yes. And then wait and find out if there is still an objection. Well, I don't have $5,000. Hey, I understand. Keep your money in the bank. That makes perfect sense. Keep your money in the bank and just go ahead and pay the difference in the payment. And look, we're talking about $100 a month, right? But it's not even really $100 a month. This is part 2, by the way. Second attempt at this. And I understand, but it's not even really $100 a month. We're talking about $3 a day, okay? It's not even $3 a day, really. It's $1.50 each way to work, if you think about it. And you can't even get a good cup of coffee for $1.50 anymore, can you? No. So my suggestion is, go ahead, skip the cup of coffee, okay? Because all that's going to do is give you the jitters and make you have to use the bathroom a lot anyway. Skip the cup of coffee, get the car that you really want, and I'll go get it cleaned up and detailed for you. Is everybody just going to flop down and say, yeah, okay, I'll do it? No, they're not. But you will move them. You will move them, I promise you. You've got to try it, though. You will move them, you will maximize gross profit, and you'll increase your closing percentages, okay? So go after it. Offer these things. Break it down to the ridiculous is what Grant Cardone calls that, breaking it down to daily and each way to work. Break it down to the ridiculous. So they say, wow, we're talking about $1.50 each way to work. I can't even get a good cup of coffee. My coffee costs me $3. Okay, I'll skip the coffee. Anyway, you get the point. And finally, number 10, not enough for my trade. First thing you can do on this, and you may think I'm crazy, agree with your customer. And you guys aren't giving me enough for my trade. Yeah, I know. And nobody ever gets enough for their vehicle when they trade them in. I didn't get enough for mine either. Go ahead and give me a quick okay here. Did you want to go with 48, 60, or 72 months? Just agree with them. Test the validity of the objection. Yeah, I know. I didn't get enough for mine either. So did you want to go 48, 60, or 72 months on that? Redirect them. Maybe it's not really an objection. Maybe they were just fishing. A lot of times they're just fishing. So great, let's go. Right here. Move on down the road. If it comes up again, well, no, I really want to get more for my trade. Okay, well, understand, as I told you before, we're taking your vehicle as is, and we looked at there's probably about $1,200 to $1,500 worth of reconditioning. How much of that reconditioning would you like to participate in so that I can pay you more for your vehicle? What? Well, yeah, we talked about the windshield, and we talked about the tires, and there were some dents and dings. I've got a body shop, so I can probably take care of those more cost-effective than you. The oil's going to need to be changed, and it's going to need a real good detail. How much of that did you want to take care of? And then I can go ahead and get you a little bit more for your trade. Well, I didn't want to do any of that. Oh, okay. Fair enough, then. Then you can see we're right where we should be then. Give me a quick okay right here. Okay? Are they all going to sign and say, no, they're not, but at least you've got to try. As each of these attempts at closes are 1 to 4 minutes at the most. Is it worth that much time? Is it worth it to move a customer to maximize gross profit or to close a car deal? Is it worth 1 to 4 minutes of trying it? And I know you might not be comfortable with all this stuff right away, but you've got to try it. And the only way you're going to get comfortable with it is through repetition. You've got to role play it. You've got you've got to practice, drill, and rehearse, as they say, and go over it and go over it until you're comfortable with it, and then you say it and see what the customers do. You will be surprised. You'll be amazed at what happens sometimes. But you will never be amazed or surprised if you never try it. So you've got to go after it. I appreciate your time. Keep in mind, who's selling whom, right? That's what we do. We're the salespeople. We've gone over 10 objections here. Thanks for sitting in and listening. I hope this gives you a little bit more ammunition. Check out my book if and when you get a chance. It's at lulu.com, Lulu.com. The book is The Paint Won't Lick Itself, Simple Truths for Selling Cars. There's a bunch of different stuff in there for you. Check it out. You can download it as an ebook, or you can order and get a hard copy of it, and they ship it to you real quick. Check those out. I appreciate your time. We'll be back with more. Guys, good selling to you. Stay out there. Stay strong. Be blessed. Good selling.